Metro Boomin unhappy after going viral for sniffing a woman's vagina fingers.
That's the name of this podcast.
Oh, we're not recording.
It is. I'm recording over here.
Oh, no.
It's all right. It's uncensored. By the way, in case this is your first time, the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast is uncensored and not intended for younger audiences. Well, going from
Things
there.
just got interesting.
Going from there, I touched my buddy's dick the other day. Just thought I should open up with that.
Is his name Dick?
No.
You talked to his dick.
Yeah, I accidentally touched his dick.
Oh, touched.
Yeah, what do you think I said?
I thought you said talked to.
No, that'd be even worse. But no, this is kind of worse because it's kind of hanging.
Hey, buddy.
So it's hanging over my head. So
his dick was hanging over your head?
no, the fact that we haven't talked about it, the fact that he and I haven't discussed it, it's kind of hanging over my head. But you know when things go like time goes so far, like I can't go back.
You can't bring it up now
No.
because then it's going to be like, why have you been thinking about this for the past...
Exactly.
How long has it been?
A couple weeks, like 2-3 weeks.
But you have been thinking about it.
No, I've been waiting to bring this up on the podcast.
So you've been thinking about it.
So it's a thing where there's a bunch of people around. I'm going to keep everything very vague so nobody knows who this is or where I was when this happened. So
Okay.
I just happened to be on stairs, like the stairs were going down. So we're all kind of like standing around on these stairs.
I'm like picturing this in my head because I think I know where this happened.
No, I'll tell you. I can tell you afterwards. So we're standing stairs, and I know there's people behind me, like in the group that we're in. I know there's people behind me. I just don't know where. And I forget, something happens, like something hits me, something taps me, something. I just kind of turn around. Oh, that's what it was. I bumped something behind me. And I turn around and went with my hand. I'm like, oh, sorry about that. Thinking I'm gonna reach back and just apologize
Like it was
to the
someone's
person.
shoulder. Or...
Yes. So as I reach back, I end up tapping his dick. And I go, oh. And then as I'm going to say, sorry, or I didn't see you, or whatever, I go, oh. And then as I am about to apologize, how do I say this with keeping it vague? The leader of our group was making an announcement all right, guys, look, we got to do this, da, 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 da. And then conversations started happening and he started talking. So there really wasn't a chance to be like, oh, whoops, sorry, or I didn't see you. All I got out was, oh, and then I get cut off. And then the window of apology slammed shut. Mm-hmm. And so he and I are just now 2 weeks later, we know what happened, but neither of us have addressed it.
Because life was already moving on at that point. A whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
A whole nother timeline started.
Yeah. And I can't be like, hey, hold on with the announcements.
I still would have turned around and been like, sorry, I didn't mean to touch your dick.
I didn't have that opportunity
But instead
anymore.
you went, oh.
No, I didn't say, oh. My voice didn't go up. I went, oh. Sorry. I apologize to him.
How was it?
What do you mean, how was it? It was embarrassing. I'm sure he was embarrassed, but I mean,
You didn't think it was funny? Wait, do you know him well enough
Yeah,
to
I know
think it's
him.
hilarious?
I don't know about the hilarious. But no dude wants another dude Dutch. I don't want to say no because people
Some do.
You're right. Let me not be absolute
I
here.
could name a few.
I don't want to be absolute. I'm just saying, generally speaking, if a friend taps another friend's dick, you aren't thrilled by that situation. And the window of opportunity for me to apologize slammed the hell shut.
But at least it was just like a tap, right?
Yeah,
it's not like
it
was
my
a
hand. No, I didn't grab it.
Fling.
Yeah, I just kind of like that.
Boing.
Yeah. There's that.
Wow.
Yeah. Thought I'd bring that up.
Coming in hot. My son became friends with these two kids. They go to his school, but they're in different grades, so they don't get to hang out at school, but they ride the bus together. One lives in our complex and another one lives in the complex across the street. But every day they're at my house.
The kids.
Every day. And at first I was like, oh, this is this is cute because he has friends that come over and they hang out. They go outside and play. Yesterday they all went to the gym and were working out. And I was like, okay, this is cool.
That's clutch.
He has, his little crew.
Yeah.
And, I'm the house that they all come to after school to hang out.
Well, we know why.
Because we have better stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Because,
Okay.
anyways, hold on. Let me get there.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, this kind of makes me happy. he has his group of friends that, you know, they all hang out every day after school. Like they're over at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, okay, this is cute. Like, I like that he has physical interaction with other human beings rather than just sitting on video games, even though I'm sure they sit on video games anyways. But, you know, they're all hanging out. Then now, fast forward like a week and a half, I'm getting so annoyed. I'm getting so irritated because I don't know what their kitchens look like.
Oh.
But they are eating all my food.
Oh.
All the snacks that like I buy a lot of snacks so that my son can like have snacks when he goes to school or have snacks to snack on when he gets home before I'm able to cook dinner. They are going through it.
That's why.
I buy soda. I don't buy a lot, but I do buy I like Dr. Pepper. So, but I buy the mini cans because I'm trying like not to drink a whole bunch. But you know, sometimes I want a soda with dinner or whatever. So like I buy like my little mini Dr. Peppers. They're drinking all of them. Yeah. And I'm getting so mad.
But you're the house with the cool snacks. Hell yeah. That's the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
I'm just getting so like yesterday they came over and I went to go get my lashes done. And like, I don't mind if they're hanging out there and I'm not home because the other kid's parents literally is right across from me. So, you know, if anything happens, there's adults 2 steps away.
Sure.
I came home from getting my lashes done and they had just gotten there. They were hanging out for I don't know how long. And they didn't know that I got home, right? So they didn't hear me walk in. And I was just like listening to them. All the F-bombs. Somebody said something about slapping an ass. And then I heard one of them refer to another girl. I don't know if it was like one of their friends or maybe some girl at school or something. One of them referred to her as a bitch. Oh. Then I know their hearts dropped because they didn't know I was home. I walked in there so fast. Normally I'll like knock and be like, you know, I'll let them know I'm coming in and I'll knock. But I just walked in there so fast and I looked. And then what made me even more mad was that they had my son's pillows and they were like having a pillow fight. Like he was on his bed under the blankets, like laughing, screaming or whatever. And his other 2 guys were smacking him with the pillows. Yeah. That made me even more mad because one of the pillows had a rip in it already. Oh, so they're just making it worse. So I walk in there and I was like, put my pillows down. You're going to rip them. It's already ripping. Put my pillows down. And then I like looked at all of them with my finger out and I was like, I've been listening to everything you guys saying for the past 5 minutes. Watch your mouth in my house. And his friends they didn't even look at me. Yeah. They were just like looking down, looking at Jelani. Jelani was like looking down at his phone and I was like, hello, do you hear me? And his 2 friends were like, yes. And then I look at Jelani and I'm like, yeah. Did you hear me? He goes, yes. And then I gave him this like deeper look like, yeah, there's more coming. Like, what do you mean, yes? And he goes, yes, ma'am. And I was like, clean this room up.
At that age, there is nothing scarier than when like you make your friend's mom mad. Or you're at the house and then your friend's mom is mad at your friend. Like, that's super scary. Oh, no,
but it was all of them.
That's super
scary. I don't know who was saying what. But
they was talking shit.
Obviously, I know my son's voice, so I didn't hear him saying anything. It was his friends that were talking like that. So I go back.
And quit drinking my Dr. Pepper.
Yep, for real. So I go back to the kitchen because I was like about to start cleaning or whatever. Oh, no, I had just gotten the mail, so I was going through the bills. I'm sitting at the table. And then they all leave, right? They're like, we're going to go to the gym. So they all leave and go to the gym. My son comes back from the gym and he comes back out to me and he's like, can they come back over? They said they'll help me clean my room. I was like, why don't they just knock on the door? Like, are they scared now?
Yeah,
they're scared of me now?
Sure.
And he was like, I don't know. They just called. And so all day for the whole rest of the day, they didn't come back over until like maybe like 6 o'clock, like a little later. They came over and they were all like helping him clean his room. They were separating his laundry and helping him do his laundry, like nice on it. Right. And so I'm telling my son, I'm like, here's what I don't understand. There's 2 other houses to rotate.
Sure.
Why is everybody here every day? Like, why don't y'all go to his house? Go to his house. Like, go eat his mom's food.
Well, you have the snacks and no parental supervision. That's why. Like, your house is the house
it's
now.
the house.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't broken into the alcohol yet, because I've been checking. Because I got my...
You should check.
I got my... If I swear to God, if I ever one day decide I want to drink...
And it's water.
And it's watered down, I'm whooping all the asses.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. What do you think?
I will fight their mom.
What age? What grade are they in? 6th?
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh. What do you think? Do you think they're smart enough to water it down? Or do you think they're just like, we'll just take a little drink, she'll never know it's gone? Do you think at 6th, 7th, 8th grade they're smart enough to put water back in? I think they're just going to be like, she'll never know. She doesn't know the levels.
I think they would take like a swig.
Yeah.
And then, because if they did just like take say they just were like wanting to taste it, or I dare you to take a sip, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to notice. They don't have to put water back in it.
Right.
But if they were in there like drinking, which I've been drinking way longer than y'all, like I'll be able to know. You know what I mean?
Do you have is it like a liquor cabinet, or is it just like...
No, it's like a bar cart in my living room.
Oh, it's wide open.
Wide open.
Oh, they're getting into that soon then. It's going to be that 8th grader. That 8th grader is going to be the bad influence. Hey, so when can we fucking eliminate blowing candles out on cakes? Like, why are we still doing that?
Never.
It's so...
The kids love it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm just now getting better after...
Being sick. You can say it. It's okay. I know you don't like saying you're sick. We all knew you were sick.
I was. And here's what happened. And I eat super healthy. I work out a lot. Like, I do everything to be able to
not get sick.
I travel a lot. I'm healthy for that. I have long work days. I'm healthy enough for that. It gets cold as hell out here. I'm healthy enough for that. But when we go to a freaking birthday party and my 4-year-old nephew is coughing for a week straight, and even though I'm told he's not contagious anymore, it's just a cough, I'm like, all right, cool, it's just a cough. Like, nobody else at the table is sick. You guys all live with him, fine. But when I go to this birthday party and he blows the candles out on the cake, and we all get cake, and 5 of us get sick.
Well, you could have just not ate the cake.
I can't tell you how many birthday cakes I've turned down in the last, like, maybe 3 years. It did kind of start in COVID. I've turned down a lot of birthday cakes because there's, like, candles and people, not just kids, but, like, adults. Like, you blow on them. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Like, in the back of my mind, me and my sweet tooth, I'm like, God, I really wanted some cake. But I'm like, nah, I'm cool. The one time, I'm like, all right, I'll have a piece of cake. Mom says he's not contagious. Everybody else is having the cake. Fine, I'll have a little piece. Day later, 2 days later, I've been sick for a week and a half. But we go to like client dinners or coworker dinners. Nobody's blowing their freaking germs on the table.
Well, because I think as an adult, you're more like aware of, let me not spit all over this cake that everyone's about to eat.
So why don't we just stop with the candles, or get those candles that like a bottle service they'll burn out fast.
You don't even know that the cake is what got you sick. It
was his germs on the cake that got me sick, because there was 5 of us that got sick.
But you were in the house all day. There was germs everywhere. At any other point, you could have gotten it.
Guarantee it's my nephew, and I guarantee it's
I'm not saying it wasn't him. I'm saying like you don't know it was from the cake.
I guarantee. But why can't we just do away with that?
Because it's a tradition.
It's so stupid. I'm so over birthday candles on cakes. I'm so over it.
It's the whole point. This is the big grand finale of the birthday party is candles on the cake and then opening presents.
We gotta do better. Get those bottle service candles that they'll time out.
It's not fun for kids.
Fucking like we gotta do something better.
Why don't you bring your own cake? And you eat
somebody
your cake.
else's party?
You eat your cake.
Move. That's a move right there.
You eat your cake, and everybody else can eat the other cake.
Watch me. Whose birthday party is next?
You can't go to birthday parties and then complain about how they do their birthday parties. How about at your party, you don't get candles?
Exactly.
All right.
You're a mom. You're seeing things through your mom lens. You guys are immune to germs because you live with the germs all the time.
Yeah.
You guys have a super, what's it called? Immunity.
Like, don't come to my son's birthday party and then complain about how I'm doing the birthday party. You can leave.
The party's great. I just don't want kid germs on my cake.
Then don't eat the cake.
That's what I'm saying. I've had to turn down many cakes.
Well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And the one time I
Your
eat
life
cake,
is so hard.
one time I eat cake, I get sick, and then I gave you the sniffles. Like some of my germs rubbed off on you for a little bit.
I don't remember. Was I sick?
You're like, I know, it got me sick.
Oh, yeah, I did. I woke up with a sore throat for like a day or two, but that's because I found out my son's been turning on the AC.
Oh, at night?
Yeah. Well, I think when he gets home, because where his room is at in my apartment, it's like in the front. So when the sun is out, his room is always either like really hot or really cold. Like his room temperature does not match the rest of the house or my room especially. So he gets home and I have the heater on because it's like 40 degrees outside and his room is hot.
Yeah.
And so he'll turn the AC on because I've told him, like, you know, if you get too hot at night, because I do feel how hot his room is and I'm like, I wouldn't be able to sleep in this room.
Sure.
So I'll tell him, like, if you get too hot at night, you can come turn the AC on. Like, it's fine. But he turned the AC on, and I don't know if it auto adjusts the temperature or if he's setting that temperature, but it was like 63 degrees
Jesus,
in the house.
That's him.
Yeah. And so I didn't realize until I'm like sitting there one day, I think like after I got the sore throat, I'm sitting on my bed and I'm like, it's like unusually cold in here. Like,
yeah, that's him.
I keep the fan on in my room, but it shouldn't be this freezing in here. And, where I was sitting on my bed, the air was hitting me, so I could feel that it was cold air. And I was like, wait a minute.
It's the middle of February.
I went to go look and the AC was on. Not only was the heater off, the AC was on. I was like, God,
that was him.
Damn it.
Drinking all your Dr. Pepper, spitting on all your birthday cakes.
Yeah, so I had to tell him, like, your room may be fine, but you are making the rest of the house freezing and I'm going to get sick. Like, stop turning the AC on. Fucking kids. Also, side note.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's directions on this Hot Pocket packet to bake it in the oven for 24 minutes?
Do that. I bet it'll be better.
Who's going to put a Hot Pocket in the oven? Like, you eat these because you're hungry now and you just want something quick.
Yeah.
Who's going to plan out their day to be like,
that is a long time.
I'm going to want a Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
You know, in like an hour, let me go start baking it now.
That is a long time.
That's stupid.
Unless you're doing multiple. But food tastes so much better from the oven than from the microwave. It does. I know.
I mean, it does, but
you only got 24
at that
minutes.
point, bake a pizza.
Right. I was going to text this to you, but I figured it needed more explaining. So you can watch this video. I'm embarrassed to admit this. I've been watching...
You want me to watch it now?
Yeah, there's no volume on it. I've been watching Burn Notice for the last few weeks.
What is Burn Notice?
It is so corny. Do you know who that is? That's a very young Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
He was on season 2, episode like 11 or 12.
Just one episode?
Yeah. So Burn Notice is the cheesiest early 2000s like CIA spy guy that's in Miami. It was on TBS.
Like CSI?
Kind of like CSI MacGyver, but it's in Miami, and it's just a reason to show like half-naked chicks and like buff dudes and like things blowing up. I mean,
sounds like Fast and Furious.
Kind of like Fast and Furious. So the fiance and I are watching. We have different shows that we watch, right? And so we have like 2 or 3, you know, whatever. And I was in Seattle, and I'm like, well, I want to watch stuff because TV sucks right now. And I'm like, well, I got to watch something. So I go to Netflix, all the shows. I'm like, well, I can't watch an episode of this because she's watching this. And so I'm like, well, let me go to Hulu. So I go to Hulu, and then this thing pops up. It's like Burn Notice. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember commercials for Burn Notice. Let me watch the first one, see if it's worth the hype, right? And it's like this CIA guy, and kind of like MacGyver, like, oh, he's in a bad predicament, but hey, with your cell phone, I can take it apart and solder something and make it a listening device, and then I can take this coffee maker and unplug it and turn it into a bomb. Like, it's kind of cool, right? It's cheesy as hell, but it's kind of cool. And I'm like, that was kind of cool. So I'll watch another episode. And so I think I'm like 30 episodes in.
God.
But it's early 2000s, so it's flip phones. It's Nokia flip phones. It's the shirts like oh, here's something that's very telling. Like the style, like the frosted tips. Dudes have frosted
Those are back
tips.
now.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. So dudes have frosted tips, and their shirts kind of like the rayon shirts type of. And the funny thing is, since it's in Miami and they're showing off like all the girls like in the bikinis and walking down Collins Avenue or at pool parties, there's always a reason for this CIA spy to go to a pool party. By the way, it's the early 2000s pool parties. So a bunch of very rail thin Paris Hilton type lookalikes. And they walk
with the
past,
big like frosted glasses.
Yes, but also no ass.
Yeah.
No chest. Like you would look at this and be like, ugh, who are all these like chicks that wouldn't get a job in a music video now? Versus like today, it's like the Kim Kardashian, it's like the thickness, you want curves, like no curves on any of these chicks. Like if you would shoot Burn Notice now, it's you got big ass, big boobs, but walking around in 2000, I think this show was from like 2006, but like
it's crazy.
Rail thin Paris Hilton.
I always come across like especially on TikTok, it'd always be like songs from the 2000s that you forgot about or something. And then it's like clips of music videos. Oh. And the same thing, even the video girls from back then were very thin. Yeah. Like it is not what it is now.
And the dudes are wearing like suits, right? Because they're CIA spies, but they're like baggy suits. Like the suits are baggy versus form fitting now. It's like what style was this?
Oh, the baggy suits.
So anyway, that was Michael B. Jordan was on an episode.
Did you used to wear baggy suits too?
Oh, of course.
That's so funny. I remember when in the tall tee era.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to always talk about stupid they looked.
The baggy suits or the tall tees.
Just like
tees.
the tall tees and like the big baggy shorts that were shorts, but they went down to the ankles still. Yeah. And I remember my dad used to always be like, he used to always make comments like, I don't get it. I don't see it. Like, why are y'all dressing like that? Like, you look dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
You look stupid. And we're like, just shut up, Dad. It's cool.
You look dusty.
And and now to see pictures, it's just so funny because I kind of see what he used to see now. I'm like, why did we do that?
I absolutely see it. It's the same way we're like, all these assholes. I shouldn't judge. Sorry, all these people. Are wearing hey, you wear your pajama pants outside with like Crocs.
So kids.
Yeah. Well, also, did you see the video of those kids that broke into what's the Clippers stadium they're building? LA Clippers in Inglewood. So they're building, I think it's like a $7 billion basketball stadium. Or, sorry, arena. Because there's also gonna be concerts and stuff like that. But they broke in, and idiots, they're taking selfies as they're spraying fire extinguishers around. They're shooting hoops because like there's an unfinished basketball court. But anyway, and then they go to the top of the arena. They're on the roof looking out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nuts. And of course they put it on TikTok. But one of them is wearing like Lakers pajama pants. It's like, you're just going to, first off, you're an idiot for putting your face on this thing. Plus, if they wanted to, they can track your IP address, even if you didn't put your name or your user number. Like, they can find you through social media. But one of the guys, I'm watching the videos as he breaks in and he's causing ruckus. He's wearing fucking pajama pants. So it's the same thing as like the baggy shorts and the tall tees. I'm like, you look like an idiot.
That's what the kids now too. They all wear pajama pants.
Idiots.
Like, I feel like even when I see them at the mall, and it's all the same pajama pants.
Yeah.
The same ones. The flannel ones.
Or cartoon. They're flannels or cartoons.
I see more flannel.
Yeah.
More of the flannel ones. It's always like the red ones or the black and white.
Yep.
And they'll be like at the mall in pajama pants. And I'm like, but ready in the face and hair done and everything. I'm like, do y'all like shower and get ready and then put on pajamas to then go out?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to sound like my parents, but I don't get what these kids is doing.
I know.
I don't get it.
I got to jump on a meeting. You know what a platypus is? Mm-hmm. Okay, you want to know how weird a platypus is? Like, you think they're just like a sea otter or like a seal. Like, they're just like a swimmy in the ocean or river thing. I watched a TikTok and I saved it. Here we go.
It's like a duck mixed with a beaver with an otter's feet. They're also a mammal that lays eggs, and they're venomous.
Okay, I didn't know they had venom. Platypus have venom.
Are they mean?
We'll find out. Here's their venom.
And the way their venom works is wild. It's found in their back legs. And basically, they just kick you and drive their spurs into you, which injects the venom. And scientists pretty much know nothing about their venom. There's no cures to it.
Oh, I've never heard of somebody getting platypus venom, but if you do, I guess it's a wrap.
Imagine a platypus just like, what I'm picturing in my head is wild. Like it just like stomps up to you with its little arms and fists clenched like this, and then it kicks you.
Yeah.
And then it just stomps away.
It's got that long nose bill.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And get this, when they jump in water, their eyes and their ears shut down, so they're pretty much deaf and blind. But it's cool because they can connect to the electromagnetic field of any creature, so they can hunt creatures by detecting their electrical pulses.
What is that about?
Got it. So they're deaf and blind in water. So when they jump back in the water, that's when we get our lick back.
No, because they can find you through electro. It's like
Not
Predator.
if you're fast enough.
Like Predator. You remember the monster, like the Predator?
Yeah.
It's like they're like
These things sound like aliens.
Thank you.
They also have no teeth, so when they need to chew, they just throw rocks in their mouth to grind up their food. And I don't know where the food goes because they also don't have a stomach.
How gangster is that? I'm gonna
How do you
eat something and then eat a rock to chew
How
it
do
up.
you have no stomach, but you still out here eating food?
I don't know. You want to hear about their milk? Here we go.
And they also don't have nipples, but they have milk. It just comes out of their armpits.
What? 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 Exactly.
What?
You ever see an animal and you just be like, yo,
So they sweat their milk?
They sweat their milk out. You ever see an animal and you're like, that's a direct descendant from a dinosaur. Or that has to be some sort of alien.
Yeah, these are direct descendants of aliens.
Exactly. They were here. Maybe there's new theories that aliens live in the Marietta Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. That's why they hide. Maybe that platypus was just like an alien that like got away and like, all right, well, I'm living on the land now.
Let me Google platypus. Now I kind of like...
They're cute as hell, but I didn't know how weird and dangerous they were.
It's giving alligator.
Yeah, cute alligator. Soft alligator.
Now that I know how weird they are, they're not cute to me anymore.
I like them.
How... Okay, so maybe... Okay, look at their feet. They have no legs, no ankles. It's just like toes coming out of their body. Maybe that's why no one's ever been poisoned by a platypus before.
Oh, wow. I thought
they really have to...
Yeah, you're right. Their hands are just attached to their body. I thought they don't have legs or
It's kind of like those spiders that are venomous but like can't bite you.
Yeah.
So people don't care. I think this is one of those situations. Like, yes, there's venom in their toes, but physically they're unable to inject it into you.
You ain't getting to me.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's got to be right.
All right, let's wrap this up. Thanks for podcasting with us. You can follow us on Instagram at Strawberry and Lizette.
I'm at Lizette Love, LIZETTELOVEE.
I'm at Strawberry Radio, and you can also watch the podcast on our YouTube channel. DM us with any questions. Peace.
Bye.